Imagine an engine so powerful, so robust, it became the heartbeat of countless industrial machines, ships, and trucks across America. And yet, it's a silent giant many have never heard of. Welcome to the world of the Detroit 12 V71, an engine that's as legendary as it is relentless. But before you tune out thinking, just another diesel engine video, ask yourself, what if this beast is the hidden backbone of America's industrial might? What if knowing about this powerhouse could change how you see heavy machinery forever? Stay with me, because today, we're diving deep into what makes the Detroit 12 V71 a titan in the world of diesel engines, why it still commands respect decades after its debut, and what secrets it holds that could surprise even the most seasoned gearheads. Now, quick question. Have you ever wondered what powers the giant machines that keep our cities running? No? Well, maybe it's time you did. The main body: history, design, and impact. Let's rewind to the mid-20th century. Detroit Diesel, a pioneer in diesel engine technology, unleashed the 12 V71 model, a 12-cylinder, V-configuration workhorse. The 71 refers to its cubic inch displacement per cylinder, 71 cubic inches each, combining to an impressive total displacement. This was not just an engine, it was a statement. What made the Detroit 12 V71 stand out? First off, it's a two-stroke diesel engine. Now, two-stroke diesels are rare. Most big diesels are four-stroke. This meant the 12 V71 delivered more power strokes per revolution, packing a punch in every cycle. That translates to incredible torque and power density for its size. Fun fact break. Unlike your lawnmower or motorcycle, which uses gasoline, this engine runs on diesel, a denser fuel that delivers more energy per gallon. And if you think diesel is just for trucks, think again. The 12 V71 was used in everything from naval vessels to construction equipment and even some buses. That's versatility. But here's a question that might trip you up. Why did Detroit Diesel stick with two-stroke designs when four-stroke engines were becoming the norm? The answer lies in simplicity and power delivery. Two-stroke engines have fewer moving parts, which meant they were easier to maintain and repair in harsh industrial environments. For operators in remote locations or demanding jobs, this was a game changer. However, this also introduced a trade-off. Fuel efficiency and emissions were not the engine's strong suits. In today's eco-conscious era, the 12 V71 might seem like a gas guzzler with a conscience problem. But back then, it was a rugged, reliable beast, ready to get the job done no matter what. Now, you might be wondering, how does this ancient engine compare to modern power plants? Well, stay tuned because the answer is not as straightforward as you'd expect. Transition? But before we jump to modern engines, let's crack open the technical specs that made the 12 V71 unforgettable. The Detroit 12 V71 generated anywhere from 600 to over 800 horsepower depending on configuration. A mind-boggling figure for its era. But horsepower is just part of the story. What truly sets this engine apart is its torque, the twisting force that moves heavy machinery. At low RPMs, the 12 V71 could deliver massive torque, making it ideal for heavy-duty applications where power to move weight mattered more than speed. This is why you'd find it under the hood of massive dump trucks, cranes, and even tugboats. Here's a quick thought. If you think horsepower wins races, torque wins the worksite. And speaking of torque, the engine's modular design meant it could be configured with multiple cylinders beyond just 12, ranging from 4 to 16 cylinders, with the 12 V71 hitting the sweet spot for power and size. All right, real talk. If this engine had a personality, it would be that no-nonsense, never-quit, grumpy old man who gets things done without complaining. You know, the kind who fixes his own roof with duct tape and coffee. Tough, dependable, and maybe a little loud. So, why does the Detroit 12 V71 still deserve your attention today? After all, it's been out of production since the late 1980s. First, its legacy lives on in millions of machines still running strong across the US and the world. Operators prize these engines because they're straightforward to maintain, with parts still widely available. Second, The 12V71 represents a critical chapter in America's industrial history, a symbol of rugged engineering that helped build highways, dredge harbors, and power fleets. But here's the cliffhanger. What lessons can modern engine designers learn from this old powerhouse? Despite advances in technology, the fundamental principles of durability, ease of maintenance, and raw torque haven't changed. In fact, some modern, clean diesel engines borrow design elements that trace their roots back to Detroit Diesel's innovations.